Its founder, Julian Assange, is now in prison, but this appears to be the moment that WikiLeaks and its supporters have begun fighting back. A group of internet activists have managed to crash the Mastercard website after the credit card firm's decision to stop taking donations for WikiLeaks. And the organisers say they plan to be continuing leaking US government documents into next year. With me now, our foreign affairs correspondent, Jonathan Rugman, and our science correspondent, Julian Rush. So what exactly happened?
Well, what's been attacked is the main Mastercard corporate website, which is embarrassing. But what makes this a slightly more serious attack is that Mastercard have also confirmed in a message to their partner online transaction companies that their secure code online transaction security system has also been affected. Now, we're not 100% certain that's been caused by the WikiLeaks attacks, but if it is, then that definitely escalates this Operation Payback, as it's called, which has also hit yesterday the Swiss Post Office, which froze Julian Assange's bank account, the PayPal blog site, because they as well stopped payments of donations to WikiLeaks, and the websites of the Swedish prosecutor and the website of the lawyer for the two women who are making the rape allegations against him.
Well, I don't know if there is a connection between our website being hacked and the WikiLeaks, but I suppose so. But I cannot say for sure. And I know that the police will investigate what has happened. Also, the prosecution side has been hacked.
So, Jonathan, what are WikiLeaks saying about all this?
Well, they're pointing out that they are not behind these attacks. These are independent, anonymous hackers. They're saying, I spoke to the WikiLeaks spokesman this afternoon, he said, we were not asked for our permission, we don't encourage these attacks, nor do we condemn them. The attacks reflect public opinion. And they say they're getting lots of offers of financing, so they're going to carry on leaking these diplomatic cables. But WikiLeaks itself is in the business of revenge, I think, because just by coincidence, at lunchtime today, WikiLeaks releases a cable all about Mastercard and Visa, showing how American diplomats in Moscow in February this year lobbied on behalf of American credit card companies, essentially because they were worried that Russian legislation would interfere with the money they were going to make. In terms of where all this is heading, well, you have to remember that WikiLeaks has only released between 1,000 and 2,000 diplomatic cables of a total of over 250,000. And they say that they will carry on, intensify the release of these cables with over 70 partner websites involved.
Right, Julian, so how is this done?
Well, it's been done by a group called Anonymous. They're the people who've claimed responsibility for the Mastercard attack. A spokesman said some 1,500 online activists are involved. They're a loose-knit group, very fluid. They have no leadership or structure. And
Do they have a name?
They're called Anonymous. They're best known for attacking the Church of Scientology and for attacking sites of people who are doing copyright protection, trying to prevent pirate file sharing. And they're using what's called DDoS, which is Distributed Denial of Service Attack. And basically it means flooding the website with requests for access to the web pages so the server is overwhelmed and falls over. Now, normally that's done by criminals using other people's computers surreptitiously by planting Trojans or worms on them to do the attack. But in this case, it's actually voluntary by the activists. They're downloading some software that can be programmed to attack the websites, and it has a name a bit like a space weapon. It's called the Low Orbit Ion Cannon, the Low Orbit Ion Cannon.
Right, Jonathan, more cables in the offing. What are the next subjects expected to be?
Well, tonight we hear that there are going to be more cables about America's relationship with North African governments. The two big cable dumps to look out for are on Israel and on the Vatican. And I'm told that either of those will go out this week. Basically what happens is WikiLeaks negotiates with its newspapers that it's formed partnerships with and decides what comes next. And beyond that, they have something which they call the insurance file, which is another load of American diplomatic cables which they say they will only release if they are threatened or if the existence of WikiLeaks as an organisation is threatened as well.
Jonathan Rugman, Julian Rush. Now, with more news from here and around the